welcome to the Johnny Boy channel where I give you news that's going to be quick and informational so you can get on about your day. So today's topics, I'm going to talk with y'all today about America's fears at the highest inflation rate in nearly a decade. That's a little nerve-wracking, right? NASA's spacecraft carrying the history-making asteroid sample back to Earth was sent out in 2018. That's going to be some good stuff there, right? Strong winds leave a tourist stranded on damaged glass bridge in China. Groundbreaking Supreme Court case. Trump could get ruled into favor after the Trump ban. People walking out on restaurants, especially the workers. They're not too happy with the money they're getting. What will it take to convince the skeptics to get the vaccine? Who knows, right? And let's see. Ooh, there's something going on in the Middle East. Rockets are being fired all over the place and people are dying. Let's talk about that. And the FBI suspects there might be a criminal group behind the hack in the pipeline. Let's get to it. Here we go. All right, guys. So the first topic, make it very quick, right? America's fear the highest inflation rate in nearly a decade. So if you don't know what inflation is, it means when there's not enough stuff to go around, people start raising the prices because we can't get enough of it, and therefore we end up paying more out of pocket, right? So I've been looking at some of the things going around. The Dow Jones fell down today 34 points, and the S&P dropped 1.04%. Don't seem like a lot, but it is a lot. If you pull up Robinhood and you look at all the stocks, they're all down. They're all in the red. It's a good time to buy if you got the money, but hey, be a little wary. May not be enough money to go around. So let's see. The U.S. only added 266,000 jobs. They were forecasting about 1 million, somewhere under that. Didn't turn out too well. Another reason why the stock market's not doing too good right now. And, of course, we're recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic. That was another big toughie. People are getting more money to stay at home. So what's the need to go out and work? Can't get the workers to go get you the stuff. So then it ends up costing you more money because they can't get you the workers to do it, right? That's in the end, right? Let's see. Everyday items are expected to go up. If you buy diapers, it's going to go up. Clorox wipes, going to go up. Anything that pertains to paper, like toilet paper, going to go up. So expect higher prices in the coming, couple months. That's what they're saying. Mid-March, we might start seeing it already. I know material pricing is going through the roof right now, and it's costing people to build houses a little bit more expensively. Competition's getting a little hot. So, yeah, inflation is here, guys. I hate to say it. So let's live it, learn it, and let's go with it, right? Let's see. What else can I bring in here, right? If you like feminine products like tampons and Tampax, going up in price. So the money that you were paying before, guess what? You're going to be paying a lot more now. Anywho, next topic. Let's see right here. NASA, right? NASA sent out a spacecraft in 2018 to collect a sample from an asteroid somewhere around in the outer space. I'm not really too sure where, but it's been out there for a while. It's been doing its own thing by itself. And after spending 2.5 years altogether, NASA says it's finally ready for it to come back so we can see all the goodies inside of it. There was a time where it was a little nerve-wracking. They got the sample, and what ended up happening, the damn thing couldn't close all the way. And they were afraid that, man, we did all this for nothing. We spent all this money for nothing. But ended up working out pretty well, I guess. Blasted off at about 4:16 p.m. today, and it's heading back to Earth. It'll be here somewhere in the near future of September 24th of 2023. That's quite a long time, man. But when you take into account that it's traveling 600 miles an hour back to Earth, it's going pretty fast, but I guess it can't get here fast enough. There's a laboratory out in Utah that's going to be examining it, and they may find like how the Earth was created and how Earth got water and whatnot. Nobody really knows, but it could be promising. But that's just one little topic that I can get with y'all going on today. Let's see. Let's spice it up a little bit, right? I'm going to change it up. Strong winds leave a tourist stranded on a damaged glass bridge in China. Now, if you don't know what this bridge is, guess what? This bridge, the entire floor is covered in glass panels for that matter. And it's pretty high up in the air, 350 feet to be exact. If you rode the Titan out in Six Flags here in Dallas, it's about that same height at the very top. The winds were traveling about 93 miles an hour. So that's pretty fast, And he was left stranded up there for a while, man. And they finally got him down. He ended up working out pretty good. Went to the hospital. They said he's good. We don't know. It's in China. So people in China like to lie, especially the propaganda going around there. There was another incident, ironically, here in Tennessee, where a man cracked the glass trying to do some baseball moves on top of it. I guess it didn't work out too well for him. I'm not too sure what kind of happened with that, but the glass was repaired and he ended up going home and seeing his family. I guess I have to say, guys, if you got the balls, go ahead and climb up on a glass bridge. Honestly, I'd stay far away from it. I'm afraid of heights personally, and I don't know if looking down would really help me out any, but it's pretty high up, man. 350 feet in the air. I'm a chicken, man. So, uh, let's see. Let's see what else I got for y'all. Ooh, I got one for y'all. For y'all Trump haters, and for you Democrat lovers. Uh, Groundbreaking Supreme Court case could await Facebook after the Trump ban. Now, of course, if we're not all too sure about this, so Trump was banned, not indefinitely, but he was definitely banned from coming back onto Facebook because of the Capitol riots that was incited by him, and people decided to go and raid the Capitol in his name to win the election, even though it wasn't going to happen. He ended up, getting banned from Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. But what's bothering a lot of people is that they could ban anybody then at that point. If you don't agree with the propaganda that some people are pushing, they could ban you. And that kind of goes against the First Amendment rights. Some people are arguing like, man, it's like having an electric company. One I think it was a Republican that said this, just because I don't believe in you, that's like them saying, oh, well, I don't like your beliefs, so you know what, I'm going to cut your power off. That's kind of the same deal. Facebook is a public company, although they don't act public. But some pretty interesting topics here. This was a Fox News article by Vic Rimsway. I don't know who that guy is, but he wrote this, and the author is from Woke Inc., I think is what the publisher is from. He said Monday that Trump could have a groundbreaking theory if he decides to take Facebook to the Supreme Court, the real Supreme Court, quote unquote. Author thinks that Trump has a potential win. The facts are on his side, where these companies don't really adhere to the private company policies, and they do the bidding of the Democrats in Congress who have threatened them with regulation and reprisal. And if they don't go out and censor the content, then they will get sued. And they're protected under the Section 230 Immunity Act, meaning that whatever happens on the internet, and if it's on their platform, they have no say in it. So cyberbullying, they have no say in it, but the person cyberbullying could get in trouble. That's kind of the deal. But if they feel like holding these companies accountable, it might help a little bit. But I mean, who knows? But it is pretty groundbreaking, because think about it, right? If this is the case, then you could post whatever you want on Facebook and not get banned, and people will most definitely love that, especially the how do you say it? The terrorist organizations. Yeah. I don't know if they ban them guys, but I do know that they like to ban us Americans. That's for sure. Here's another one. Y'all might find this amusing here. There's a bunch of signs popping up, especially on social media, where restaurants are claiming that staff are walking out. They're fed up. They're not getting paid enough. That's what they're saying. It's happened across all America, man. And so I don't know if you've seen these signs, but some signs are saying closed, ironically, due to understaffing. And employers just quit and walk off the job. Who were to think we live in a world like that now, right? You make enough money on unemployment, and then you just say, you know what? F it. I'm quitting. Pay me more money, or I quit. So let's see. Some other signs are saying, due to no staff, we are closed. Another one at a Chipotle restaurant. Right now their stock is doing pretty good if you're into Chipotle. But I don't know if they're going to do pretty good after this. But due to staff, we are closed. Ask our corporate office why they make us work in sweatshop conditions for 8 hours a day, and most of them walked out. That's gotta suck, man. I love my Chipotle bowls, man. I don't know how it is somewhere else, but at least I'm still getting food where I'm going for. Davidson had posted this, and she's gotten over 100,000 likes. So if you're interested, check it out. It's a Newsweek article by Serene Morris. She made it out there. And then some other just interesting stuff that they put on there is, we are temporarily closed because people do not show up for the job they signed up for. Wow, man. That's bold. Really bold, man. I don't know how many people are going to upset by that, but we'll see what happens, right? All right. On to the next topic. What will it take to convince the skeptics to get the vaccine, right? Uh, some people don't want the vaccine. I personally, I went and got the Johnson and Johnson, especially after wasn't smart. I think it was postponed because people were getting blood clots. I mean, but over 8 million shots at that time. 12 people had developed symptoms. I mean, you have a higher chance of getting into a car wreck at that point. And besides, they're starting to enact these rules where if you're not vaccinated, you can't do a lot of things. You can't go on a cruise ship, you can't go out of the city, or you can't go out of the country. You won't be able to do certain things or certain events. Some employers even actually require you to get the vaccine. And this is funny, man, because everybody likes to dog on Alex Jones. And me personally, I don't like to follow the guy, but I like to hear what he's got to say. A lot of times it is humorous. But he predicted this stuff not too long ago. And he predicted that we were going to have cards before we had cards. And he also predicted that we were going to have multiple strains that come out, some worse than the others. And it's just crazy how it's all playing out, man. I thought the guy was a whack nut, to be honest with you. And he kind of proved me wrong, man. But the reason why some people don't want to get the vaccine is one reason, right? They don't want it because they don't believe in it. That's the issue. It's not a problem of getting people vaccinated. They just simply don't want to get it. How do you convince somebody that doesn't want to get it? That's like saying, you're not going to convince me to go to Pepsi because I love Coke. It's just one of those deals, man. So a lot of times, you can throw the facts at these people, and they just simply don't want to do it. Some people actually believe that, hey, I don't want to get it because you are infringing on my rights. Hey, that is their right to do whatever they please. But you can't get mad if you can't go on a cruise ship. So it is what it is, right? Some places are even giving free money. I think I heard one place was giving you $100 if you went and got it. I think in New York, I think you were getting free tickets to a game. I don't know how good those games are, but if they're giving you free tickets to a game, you got to jump on that, right? They did a study and a polling. And in this polling, they found that a lot of conservatives and also liberals, it seems to be the majority makeup of millennials nowadays, is that they just simply just don't want it, man. They feel like that's infringing on their rights, like I said. But it's a little strange, isn't it, right? The Republicans, for the most part, don't really want the vaccine. But then the Democrats are pushing for it, and they do want it. But then they're also saying that a lot of the minority groups, such as African Americans and Mexican Americans, they don't want to get the vaccine. And they're trying to convince those guys to get the vaccine. But who knows, right, what's going to happen. Some people believe in the conspiracy theories that come with it. One conspiracy theory I heard was that they put microchips in you when you take the vaccine. I have yet to become a robot. I have yet to develop any symptoms. Help me, huh? But who knows, right? I could turn into a zombie one of these days. Let's move on to the next topic, right? Rockets fired from Gaza amid clashes between Palestinian and Israeli police. All right, so this was a story in the Wall Street Journal by Felicia Stewart and Dov Librel. I think is how you say his name. I'm not an English teacher, so forgive me. But of course, if y'all haven't known, these people have been fighting for years. The main reason why is Israel's trying to evict a bunch of the Palestinians up in the east area of Jerusalem, and they're saying, "Hey, man, you don't belong here. This is our area. You need to get the hell out." And they haven't really ruled on that yet, but that seems to be boiling down to it. And some people feel like, man, you cannot kick me out of my home. I've been living here for a while now. How can you kick me out? Well, they're saying, hey, he's got to go, man. So I think what happened was there was a bunch of demonstrators, Israeli, I think I see right here. Let me see. I think I wrote them down here somewhere. Looks like, let me see here, Jewish nationalists, there it goes, were targeted because they were marching to the strip of, I think it's a sacred place of Israel, and they don't like that, so they started firing tear gas, soft pellet tip bullets, smoke grenades, trying to get rid of them because they were starting to throw rocks at them and whatnot. Don't sound like too much of what was going on down here, right? But it ended up causing some pretty bad issues, and then Palestine ended up firing like 100 some odd rockets at Israel, and then in return, Israel fired about 100 some odd rockets back at them. U.S. is kind of like, yo, we're not getting involved in this, man. Y'all need to handle y'all shit wisely, de-escalate. Like we de-escalate anything. I think we make it worse, to be honest with you. But that's what the U.S. is saying. They're saying we have no part in it. Hey, get y'all shit together is what they're trying to say. But man, there were some kids that were killed in this, and I have kids of my own. And to think that it would kind of be played off as kind of like, you know, it just is what it is. That sucks, man. That's why I'm glad to live in America. But those people that are going through some tough stuff right now, and I wish them all the luck, and I keep them in my prayers, and I hope everything works out for them, and I really hope that these people don't get evicted, and I hope they get to stay living where they live at. Nobody deserves to be put out of their house just because of their religion or because of their race. Period. All right. Next topic. FBI suspects that a criminal group was behind the pipeline hack. Now, this has been going on in the news lately. Of course, we all know that the eastern coast of the U.S. has been shut down temporarily. I don't know how bad, but they can't get no gasoline, they can't get no diesel, they can't get no jet fuel. Why? Because of ransomware. And, you know, if you ain't got Norton, not a sponsor of Norton, but I would highly recommend you put it on your computer, right? Because if these guys can hack into a company's database and shut these things down, not too much to say that they can't do it to your computer, right? But I guess they didn't have Norton. So anywho, they ended up hacking the system, shut it down. It's been shut down for 4 days now, and there seems to be a criminal group that's believed to be behind it. Let's see, they're thinking it might be somewhere in Eastern Europe. They may think it's got some Russian ties or China ties. The Biden administration has basically said, like, hey, man, we don't know. We don't know anything, man. We just know that it was a hack and the FBI is involved. And we all know the FBI loves to get involved in a bunch of stuff that they should not be involved in. I know that there was a third-party private company looking into it. And you know they got some techno wizards in there trying to go through the code and trying to figure out what was going on. But this story was posted on the Wall Street Journal by Justin Bowles, and FBI is helping him investigate this, and is starting to become a problem now. You know, a lot of companies, in case you haven't known, like hospitals, police precincts, energy companies like nuclear reactors, stuff like that, our energy infrastructure is starting to be targeted by ransomware. And what this ransomware does is basically say, hey, we're going to put a lock on your computer. If you pay us X amount of money, we'll take that lock off. If you don't give us that money, that's fine. We'll sell on the black market, and we'll let everybody else know what the hell you be doing behind closed doors. That's what they're saying. And that's kind of what's happening now. And it actually looks like we might end up paying these guys a ransomware because we ain't got the technology to reverse it. And it don't look like this company backed up their information too wisely. So whoever hired their IT guy, get rid of him, man. You know, they ain't looking too good. So like I was saying, the pipeline's been off for 4 days now. The group has led other attacks as well throughout the U.S. Just mentioned that. And let's see here. The hacking computer codes has resulted in the shutdown, man. I mean, I can't say it and stress it enough, man. Computers are starting to become everyday items in our life. We're starting to use them more and more, and companies are being targeted more and more. And if you ain't got the security needed to get involved, I highly suggest you do it, man, right? So just to kind of recap, right? World's going to crap. We're paying more money for our stuff that we normally would have to buy, and we're having to deal with not enough people staffing up our restaurants. I need my chicken, and I need my Taco Bell. I need those things, right? If I ain't got those things, I'm unhappy, right? But some people, I guess, they don't want to work. I think I was talking about a story the other day where unemployment, the benefits for unemployment are starting to be more than what you'd get working minimum wage. That's got to say something, right? The government should actually say something about that. You know, hey, man, what the hell's going on here? And now with inflation that's going to be happening, we're going to be paying more for everyday items. That just sucks, right? But, hey, what can we say? We live in a place where we can do what we want, however we want. Sure, there's consequences if the actions are bad, but in the end, we still get to do what the hell we want, right? Want to go be a billionaire? Go be a billionaire, like Elon Musk. And, of course, if you haven't known, I'm going to throw this in there extra for y'all. Dogcoin, you know, I was a good investor into that. Bought into it before it slumped down all the way to 41 cents. And, man, I was really hoping that Elon Musk would talk about it in his SNL skit, which he did. Did not turn out too good, right? Ethereum's going up through the roof, and cryptocurrency is the way to go, I think. You know, the dollar's starting to fall off, inflation's starting to take its course, and people really believe that cryptocurrency is going to be the way to go. I am no financial advisor by any means, so any advice that I give you, I highly suggest you talk with somebody that actually went to school for it. But if I had to put my money on it, I think cryptocurrency is going to be the next dollar. Well, anyways, that wraps up my 20 minutes of good trending news to y'all. Tomorrow I'll bring y'all some other trending topics that are popping up. Until next time, Johnny Boy's out.